He saw the danger and he went crashing in. Bayer Leverkusen have the chance to go the other way. Not the most accurate pass. Vieira can so cleverly bypass the press. And here's Romario. Good take, and is he in? Luis Enrique. Looking to pass their way up the pitch. And this is Romario. And this is Ibrahimovic. Iwobi. Foyt. That's been cut out, well played. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped. It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
Luis Enrique. A nice sequence of passes, this. Shot a goal! Goal by Leverkusen! And the comeback is complete! One sweeping move, executed with deadly efficiency.
Bayer Leverkusen are such an adept counter-attacking team. They produced something out of nothing there. A few seconds was all it took for them to convert a defensive situation into a goal, and it's very impressive.
Substitution for Leverkusen, number 17, Iwobi.
So we have movement on both benches. Bayer Leverkusen leading now.
Yeah, I always felt this was coming. There was a clear increase in both intensity and tempo. Now all they need is to try and maintain it.
Nicely aimed pass. Xavi Alonso. Indonesia still have the cards to affect this game. Bayer Leverkusen have themselves a corner, I think. Yes, they do. And now they can spring out of defence. Played back. Foyt. Passing nice and neat.
Bayer Leverkusen clearly have been instructed to kill this off. Offence is the best form of defence.
Kalulu calmly anticipates. Almada. He's got plenty of space out wide here. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Nice interception, well timed. Xavi Alonso. And it's Romario. Thuram. Nicely shaped ball. Well, the chip pass hasn't quite come off. Well, the idea was a good one. The execution of it, not quite so.
His teammates are really annoyed with that, you know, and they have every right to be.
Bayer Leverkusen can breathe again, just.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it. Indonesia really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Varane gets across to intercept that. And it's Romario. Well, this is surely their last chance. Neymar.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Lovely bit of skill. Indonesia with a corner and hardly any time left on the clock.
Well, in my opinion, set pieces are 50-50 moments, and this is a rather big one, and it all depends on the service.
Goes for a shot! And it's in! And right near the end, we have parity. Piercing, and with pinpoint accuracy, he forces it through.
Well, I'm sat here, Peter, thinking that the keeper might have done a little better then. Maybe his positioning wasn't great, but then again...
That's that, the end. Decent game of football, that. Intense, intriguing, and both sides, as it turns out, unable to be set. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. Just listen to that noise. This place is definitely up for it. Let's hope we get a contest worthy of the setting. Well, we're on the way.
Frank Rijkaard can really make his presence felt. A superb defender who became an iconic midfield anchorman.
What's more, a remarkably good strike rate, actually.
Very true. Just another level of his expertise, Peter, but his reading of the game, for me, is masterful.
And there's his chance to lead the counter. Mateus. And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
And there's green grass ahead of him. Well timed, excellent interception. Well, there is a look that says it all. A piercing stare.
Clearly is miffed, having made the run and not get picked out.
And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him. Kupchu. It's the sort of situation that they'll want to capitalise on now.
Ronaldinho, and he's picked out the run. Ronaldinho, and Baston has it out wide and in space. Nothing much to report on so far. Each side waiting to make their first move. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Well, he's not happy with that challenge, but the referee has let it go. And it's Messi. Takes the shot! And he has kicked it out somehow.
Messi is offering a wry smile there. Well, look, they know they've got a height advantage, and it's time for them to use it.
And that should get the job done. Kupchu is the team's great visionary. Pass somewhat off target. And this is Ibrahimovic. Well seen, saw that coming.
He read that really well and stopped it. They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Rui Costa, he's picked his way through. And the shot! There it is! A moment that needed composure, and he had plenty of it.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Indonesia have taken the lead.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Passing is crisp and sharp. Out towards the flank. Serginho. Ronaldinho. Can he finish? And it's in! And the lead lost no time at all!
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
We're looking at a different game now.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better, Peter. Yeah,
Rui Costa!
Rui Costa just dropped the shoulder to engineer the feint. Now he'll have to shoulder the blame.
Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Dink through. And that's a simple one for the keeper.
They've got to be quick moving this forward.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him. He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's been intercepted.
That was well played, well stopped.
Rui Costa. Mateus conjures time and space where few can. Shoots! Crossbar comes to the rescue. Oh, that's a sharp enough swivel. Struck first time.
Well, he's getting a few rounds of applause from around the touchline, but he's angry with himself, really angry.
It's a pretty loose pass. Picked out brilliantly. Shot could be... And he shoots! Oh, fine stop from the keeper.
Mateus clearly thought he had the beating of the keeper.
Indonesia have their second corner now. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. It's a good run he's making out on the left. And the chances keep on coming. They're awarded another corner. So, third corner of the game. Chance to shoot! Big moment! Massive goal! Just gorgeous, the most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Oh, what a touch. I mean, how good was that? Poetry in motion.
Indonesia have their lead. That's a good foray he's making. Zanetti just loves to go forward whenever he can. Rijkaard gets across to intercept that. Now it's Batistuta.
Se van a jugar 2 minutos de compensación.
And that's another throw. And here's Ibrahimovic. Oh, that's a key interception. And the whistle goes for half-time. That was a very watchable and entertaining half of football, and it's fair to say that both teams have played their part. Yeah, neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's a lead that's by no means convincing. The manager can't go too easy on his players here. I think they need to re-establish that focus and try to lift the purpose again. They want a good start to the second half.
Indonesia are up by the odd goal in 3, just about shading things at the break. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. And this is Messi, and Messi! Oh, wonderful, wonderful Lionel Messi! A finish of true class! 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Stylish in the extreme, a delicious goal.
That is simply tremendous. I mean, how easy would it have been to get across it or overhit it? Perfection.
Indonesia now in a position far more desirable.
The crowd are calling for this to be put to bed. There's little sympathy about.
Now it's Ibrahimovic. Ronaldinho. Kukçu. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Ronaldinho charging forward, the ball at his feet. Van Basten. And this is Raul.
That dugout has had some relief at least, but now the harder work starts. They've got to push for more.
Now it's Romario. Tries to pass it through. Messi picks it up out wide. And the finish! Euphoria, utopia, and they are cavorting. Up by 3. They have their boots on the throats of their foes. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Indonesia, palpably stronger, better, superior.
And things are much healthier in their favour. Mind you, you would have thought that when the last one went in.
Messi. And a chance! Defending of the desperate variety.
He has saved the goalkeeper's blushes there. What great defending.
Romario! And he hits the net. This day becomes absolutely perfect. utterly ideal. Whoever is in his path, he will always find a way.
Romario demonstrated great strength there. I mean, he really had to hold his man off and just create enough room for him to be able to get the shot away. And I think it's just top play.
Indonesia are at the peak of their powers. As for their opponents, a long way from that.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
Cute ball now, how can he reach it? Batistuta, he is onto this, and the shots! Oh, it's coming up. Oh, he's been caught napping, and another try!
Cambio en Tigres. Número 7.
So time for change, and this one has been on the cards for a little while.
Well, he can certainly make his side a lot more unpredictable, Peter. You know, he has a very good eye for a pass, and a tricky one at that.
Nice interception, well timed. Oh, easy pickings there. And he's quick to return. Chance, surely! Can he get on the end of this? He's had a shot! And yes, it's there! A mere formality, nigh on a certainty. He is truly in the zone.
Not even a hint of hesitation. That is such a cool finish.
Tigres still making a fight of this. Stojkovic. Ronaldinho. Rui Costa. Ronaldinho. Varane promptly onto that, and that is that. And it's Messi. Messi going forward.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Oh, good read.
That was well played, well stopped.
Threads one in. He is through, and Messi! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Deftly away.
Cambio en Tigres. Número 80. Número 27. Entran número 19.
De Bruyne.
Número 8. Se va a
Nice looking
realizar
ball.
un cambio.
Now that's well seen too. Vieira. Mateus, who has set up 2 goals. And the counter is on. Oh, that's a very decent ball now.
Se van a jugar 4 minutos
De
de
Bruyne.
compensación.
Van Basten does have his name on the score sheet, of course. 4 added minutes on the board. It'll be a throw-in. Keep the ball and you win the game. It really is that simple. Takes a shot! And no mistake. It could be a lifeline.
Gol de
2
Tigres.
more needed.
Número 9.
That is so good. Such sharp skills and such a delicious finish.
That's what he lives for, Peter. Not a lot more to add.
2 goals on the day, and that's that. Indonesia can reflect on a job really well done. Superior tactically, physically and mentally, all round the better side. Well, football is, of course, ultimately just a game, but for the next 2 hours, it might not feel like that. The stadium is full of noise and energy. This certainly matters. There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. If you have just joined, you have just missed the kickoff. Well, here's a man who stunned everyone in that famous summer of 2002. He had a hand in his country's most famous goal, their most famous win, and he helped to introduce the footballing planet to Senegal.
Yeah, he did indeed, Peter. El Hadj Diouf, the undoubted driving force behind that fast, powerful, direct style of football that once shocked the world.
Zanetti getting forward. Now, can they get him away? He's shifting through the gears here. Look at the space here. Can he finish? Oh, the ball, and it's come back out to him. It's gone in. He's put through his own net.
That can happen to anyone. It's truly, truly unlucky for him, but it's just the way it is. Well, our first story of the day, and it's a big one. The skipper, to start by doing that, has given everyone a fright, and I think himself too.
Well, who saw that coming? It has certainly made things interesting.
Well, that's something you don't expect at a match like this, but I guess you have to take whatever way it comes, and very gratefully.
Mateus. Now it's Neymar. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Matheus Cunha. And here's Ibrahimovic. Mateus.
Indonesia are really in a position where patience and prudence will serve them best. Time's on their side.
Maldini. Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Romario! Romario! You beauty! A finish right from the top draw. And once more, we are all square. You score, we score.
Yeah, and analysis of the goal should take a back seat to the importance of a committed reaction. This is wonderful to watch.
And a trademark move ends with the inevitable classy finish.
Look, if you want to be effective on the break, then the key element is always pace. That's what really rips defences apart, and it's difficult to find an answer to it when it's applied like that.
So they have it all to do again.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go one better, possibly.
Just about midway through the first half, and it has been an engaging watch. In the hunt and looking threatening. Looking for options for movement.
Well, it's not the best when it comes to decision-making. Okay, initially he probably was afforded the space to hold on to it, but the longer he did that, the more he was going to be swamped.
Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Oh, nicely intercepted. Not the most convincing of passes. Romario. Mateus. So, what can they make of this? Messi. Here's Matheus Cunha. Yeah, he's fouled him there.
Well, if he truly fancies his chances from here, he's going to need the best of the best.
And He's lifted it over.
I was expecting him to play it in until I saw his run-up.
Maciej Cunha.
Oh, it's great work in terms of both purpose and intensity.
And here's Torres.
Fernando Torres really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
Diouf. The ball has bounced loose now. Lovely. And the shots! He's beaten the keeper, but hit the post. And they're quick to get it back. Tries a shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they're back in front. The invitation was clear, and it was accepted with the utmost glee.
Well, the defence were being far too casual there, Peter. Far too slow to switch on to the danger. That's the kind of thing that makes managers go crazy.
Well, this is what we've been waiting for. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Vieira gets on his bike and on the move. And he's had a shot! Quite a game this, all square again.
Well, this is to be expected, Peter, when you've got two strong teams of fairly equal standing. The outcome should all come down to finishing.
Deep into stoppage time. Neymar looking to receive it in space. Oh, that's fabulous. Neymar's cross. And this could be the final action of the first half.
Well, he's certain.
And the whistle goes for half-time. Indonesia are involved in a terrific contest here. It's been a slugfest and a half. Neither side holding back here. It has been quite a half, this.
Well, it's been played at such a frenetic pace. I'm amazed it's only been 45 minutes. I'm wondering whether these players are going to be able to maintain that energy.
Well, this has been gripping stuff. 4 goals evenly shared at the interval. It's 2-2. So straight into the second half. Chouameni, Rudiger. This is a promising build-up. Indonesia needed that. They really needed it.
Well, that tackle was immense, and so was the relief. The great escape.
Now it's Tonali. Tonali was alert to the possibilities, but in the end it's fruitless. That's good running with the ball. And this is Torres. Shot. He's having a shot! Goal! Paris Saint-Germain! And they've got their lead back. Just gorgeous. The most glorious, delicious of touches, followed up with an unerring finish.
Yeah, the right touch in moments like that is key to what follows. All very neat and tidy.
Paris Saint-Germain have their lead. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And this is Romario. And Romario! And it's in! And look at his joy! Is this not why we love the game? Another moment of magic, a real wow moment.
Well, I think he was saying to his teammates, how dare you doubt me?
Clinical, just clinical. What a game this is turning out to be for him.
Well, he's been on a crusade, and his first goal seemed to just whet the appetite.
Romario! Oh, it's a stunning goal! About as smooth as it gets. They've done it! It was coming! They have their reward! The lightness of step, the sharpness of movement, the certainty of finish.
Well, from the moment he got involved, he looked as if he'd go all the way. Terrific.
As if three weren't enough. This is nigh on utopian. Indonesia with the lead.
To be expected, Peter. They've gone and stepped it up, something they've been threatening to do and will continue to do by the looks of it. Well, it's definitely the right attitude and application, Peter. They've got to keep pushing.
This is a really front-footed approach.
A lucky break would certainly help their cause now.
Nicely aimed pass. Chouameni. He's a sharp little ball here. He is through here. Well, the defence just about came out on top, but they were certainly tested. And this is Romario. Alexander-Arnold. Oh, good-looking ball. Pinches it off him. No way through. And it's Messi. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
And that is a little undercooked.
This is the time you need that pace.
And that's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's there to retrieve it. Messi going forward. Paris Saint-Germain.
Disappointing in the end there. They lack urgency.
And this is Neymar. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Messi picks it up out wide.
I think the message here is quite clear, Peter. They want another one and will seemingly keep going until they get it.
Romario. That's a sharp pass. Paris Saint-Germain are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be ready to hit them hard on the counter-attack, and that seems to be...
He'll try from distance, and it's hit the woodwork and out!
Paris Saint-Germain really can only do one thing now, Peter. Get the ball up front, make sure it sticks, and sustain some pressure.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
And the shot! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Desperate defending required here. They've played it short. Shoots! This time, surely! And he was there to get a vital touch.
Matheus Cunha actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Alexander-Arnold with the short one. Back when it goes. Torres looking to play him in. This could be their final throw of the dice. All hands on deck for this one. And they've got rid. And that's it. The pressure finally lifts. What a terrific response it was to adversity. What a fantastic game from those players. What unity, what joy. That was so very, very good. Oh, what a sight this is. The colour, the choreography, the camaraderie. The fans have pulled out all the stops to make this a monumental occasion.
Against Inter.
There's nothing quite like match day, especially here. This crowd doesn't do ordinary, and we should be in for something very special. So it's down to business here. Well, this is a guy who has pushed back the boundaries year on year. A brilliant maverick who just, Jim, seems to go on and on.
Yeah, he's simply the boss, Peter. Everyone else, including us, just a supporting cast in an act where he will always take centre stage.
The Zlatan show, Zlatan is the only star.
I'm not arguing.
Ibrahimovic, Roberto Carlos. Oh, that's fabulous. Well, that's not the cross he had in mind. Now it's Romario. Can he latch on to this? Messi has got himself a free kick. It's not taken him long, and that's going to be a booking. And it's Ibrahimovic. Well, they've got it again. Nothing significant to report up to this point, but we are still very early in the game. Great vision. And it's been played through, and he shoots! Oh, and that is really good tenacity. Inter Milan with the corner, there first. No, he's managed to misplace that. Indonesia have the chance to go the other way. Marquez and Mateus, and here's Romario. Romario! And he's really put himself on the line here.
Size really matters, and it's time to make it matter now.
Good read, needed to be. And now they can spring out of defence. Mateus conjures time and space where few can. Well, the movement is slick, the speed is slippery. The defence, though, able to hold on this time. No change to the score, 0-0 it remains. Well, facing up to his adversary, this is a formidable matchup. Oh, nice touch. And this is Thiago. That's a sharp pass. Well, that pass isn't the best. Roberto Carlos.
Oh, really well played.
He is through here. Has a look up and delivers. Firm header just off target.
That's a really decent chance.
Corner number 2 then. Vieira getting this one clear. Indonesia are looking to go forward now. And this is Romario. Romario unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Mateus.
They'll want to make the most of this turnover.
Mateus. He's going all the way! lovely bit of skill. And this is Ibrahimovic.
Ibrahimovic really needed to concentrate on protecting the ball. Then again, he was being very closely marshalled.
Bops him off it and wins back the ball. Rui Costa is always scanning the pitch for targets. Vieira. Now it's Romario. And that's been won straight back. Back where it came from. Showing great feet there. There's the shot! There it is! The movement so precise, the finish sumptuous.
Just when they thought they may be in at one end, they end up shipping a goal at the other, and it's all due to wonderful counter-attacking. They hardly had time to even react, and there's only one word to describe that: clinical.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Stood up well to him there. Vieira.
Indonesia can certainly afford to see this half out now and reset during the break.
Looking for the run. Well, that's beautifully weighted. That's the keeper's ball. It's Rui Costa. Tchouaméni, and that's been intercepted. Thiago. Thiago makes a dash for it. And if you have just joined us, still just one goal between them. 1-0 the score. Tchouaméni. This is a promising build-up. Romario. Towering header! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? Oh, some tackle that. And that is the end of the first half. A very combative, competitive half with just the one decisive moment. It's been compelling stuff. How would you review the first half?
Indonesia really have looked very good in transitions, so I'll be expecting more of the same in this second half. They just need to remain patient and just wait for that chance to break again.
Indonesia can be fairly satisfied then. It's so far so good for them, and it's 1-0 at the break.
Substitutions taking place.
Away we go again. Indonesia currently ahead by the smallest of margins. He's got away. He's having a shot! And no mistake. 2 up and in charge, and things are looking pretty good for them now. Sharp, simple, satisfying. He just knew what was on.
Yeah, he showed great reactions there. Right place, right time, easy pickings.
So that's 2 now without reply.
You can really sense how important this goal was for them. They needed it, now they have it.
And now a sudden chance to counter. Now this could be a chance. Oh, what has happened here? Well, they're looking at the referee, but he's waved play on. Well, that defending is unapologetically persistent. It's almost personal, and it had to be. And he's had it nicked away. Mateus. Vieira, looking to pass their way up the pitch. Thiago pinches it off him. Oh, that's well spotted. And it's Cruyff. Oh, played through for the wide man. It's a pretty loose pass. And that has put paid to that. Now it's Romario.
This is the time you need that pace.
Thiago.
Well, they've stamped some authority on things, but how much more?
And the finish! Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped. It's almost too easy for him, this.
Mateus. Inter Milan appear to be happy to let their front players stay up front all the time.
Well, it's signalling to the opposition that they're setting themselves up for the counter-attack. It's plain and simple.
Steaming. Can he finish? Oh, super goal! A finish of true class! And just like that, he hits 50. Well, how's that for a class finish?
Well, he's a defender's nightmare. You try to send him one way, and he just slips the other.
Substitution.
Now some movement on the bench, and we are going to see a change. A case now of complete control. Well-timed, excellent interception. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
He made it look a bit predictable.
And he's in on goal. And Cruyff! They've got to be quick to recover this. Chance, surely! It goes to show he is human after all.
Inter really are good at what they're doing. They'll gladly take any opportunity to launch that counter.
Now it's Cruyff. Oh, well played, well sorted out. Maldini. Marquez. Cruyff. Seedorf. He's found the way through. Oh, it just needed a better touch, and you could see his annoyance.
Yeah, it all looked so promising until unexpected sloppiness intervened.
And here's Azar. Mateus. Just about up to 75 minutes. Well, it didn't look good for a while, but that was brave defending, and they got away with it.
Yeah, they showed a vulnerability until the move was stifled. That'll have stirred a little concern.
Look at the space here. Well cut out, no margin for error there at all. Played down the flank.
You can never be short of runners into space, as long as the space left behind is filled.
Cleared without hesitation. Well, they can break here. Now it's Romario. Now it's Ibrahimovic. And it's Cruyff. Adriano. Oh, that's a vigorous challenge. Messi cuts a frustrated figure right now. He just cannot get away.
They're just trying to negate his influence, and it looks like whatever it takes.
Substitution for Indonesia. Number 25, Rui Costa. Coming on to replace him is number 21, Dani Olmo.
Indonesia are closing in on a comfortable win. Challenge just a bit on the firm side. Oh, that's a foul. Free kick's been given. And this is Cruyff. Tries a shot! Baresi. Nesta. Can he get it through? Shot could be on. Oh, shooting chance! And it's there! They are gorging themselves here on a seriously gorgeous scoreline. Calm, composed, confident. What a super goal.
Well, that's great disguise he got on that finish too. Just toying with the defence, making them guess the wrong thing to do. Made him look a bit silly, Peter.
Things looking so easy, almost too easy here.
Coming on the field is number 15.
Skillfully cut out. He is so at ease on the ball. Can he spark a counter here? That is good alertness. Vieira. That's a good ball out wide.
Whatever happens, that's the kind of movement which raises hope.
Oh, that's neat. Now it's Romario. And that is as far as it goes. Oh, this is a side which is purring, picture perfect. To win, they will relish having pulverised what was put in front of them. It was a pulsating performance. Mateus picking up the Man of the Match award, and no surprise there.
Put any litter in the bins
Your final thoughts, Jim?
Indonesia